Also, your views on fats, in the sense visible fats like cooking oils, etc. How, have your views evolved over time, and
Yes,
what are your current guidelines?
yes. I started with the same, or looked into only one side of the echo chamber that said every other source of fat or plant oils are bad, barring olive and avocado. And I said that saturated fat should be your only go-to. I've changed my mind on it. I am a little more neutral, Kunal, when it comes to all forms of fat now. Okay. I don't have a favoring position for any fat. Okay. Because the amount of research that is there on both sides of the aisle, and I think it is still evolving. So my guidelines are simple. There is no need to fear any kind of fat. As far as you keep your total, the more important problem is how much fat are you consuming given your entire lifestyle, and where is it coming from? Okay. People are unable to see the fat that comes in a biscuit, in a khakra. Okay. You don't your brain doesn't register that there is fat in a biscuit, that you can eat a biscuit packet every day. Okay. And it is casually eaten. So control the total amount of fat and know where it is coming from, rather than breaking your head with saying today is mustard oil bad, today is sesame oil bad, is ghee a superfood, is it a fat burner? No. So first, control your total fat content. That's what everybody needs. Second is rotate your fat sources. That is my second new guideline in the last 1.5, 2 years. Okay. So there are certain oils that have stood the test of time in India, depending upon which region you came from. Okay. Peanut oil, sesame oil, gingerly oil, mustard oil, coconut oil, ghee. Okay. Depending upon what your cultural tradition is, rotate all these oils or a combination of these oils. You are good. And very, very clearly, I have seen people improve their lipid profiles. So it's not like one animal fat is a superfood and then one plant oil is out here to kill you. Nutrition and health never works on a single ingredient basis ever. Though social media periodically loves to take one thing and make it a reason for all problems. So seed oil is the problem literally for everything now. Okay. Sometime back, it was something else, right? Let's not forget that coconut oil and ghee were in the same position 20 years back.
Right.
Okay. Now some uncle is coming and telling us that he's eating 20 spoons of ghee daily. Okay. So, I think have a little, control the total quantity, control where it is coming from, and rotate your fats. Simple.
Great.
Right. So, about the fats, I mean, this could be another whole other discussion, but
Yeah.
you mentioned about lipids. So, uh, if I may ask, like for an average person, what do we look in the lipid, right? I don't want to get too deep into this. It's like a whole other thing, but what should we look at in the lipid, or at least what you look in your clients?
I simply tell you the I see three patterns that appear simultaneously in most Indians. Anybody can look at their lipid profile, and so first forget the total cholesterol. The three things that I look at is LDL, HDL, triglyceride. Okay, you will see at one end there is triglycerides that are very high. You will also see LDL is high, and you will see HDL is low. Okay. This is the pattern that is most common in Indians. Okay. Now, all three has to be addressed. You cannot say that I will only solve for the triglyceride and HDL ratio and I will not address LDL. It doesn't work like that, because LDL has also a very strong connection with ApoB, number one, we know. And number two, there is a very strong family history and genetic component and how it plays out to LDL, even if your so-called other markers are all in control. I'm sure Johan would have touched upon this in the earlier podcast. Okay,
Right.
and that is true. So I look at all three. So I try and first drop the triglyceride at least below 110. Okay. I will try and take the HDL below above 40. Okay. And I will try and not let LDL cholesterol cross 110 to 120. Okay. I'm again not playing that LDL game of, take a statin and bring it to less than 80 and less than 60. No. But I try and use a little bit of balance and say, let me correct all three. And in most cases, when this happens, either if the client is on statin dosage, the dosage will come down. If it's a more aggressive doctor, they will watch your lipid profile and how you're behaving, taking you off statins for 3 months. In many cases, any advice for statin is not at all there. Okay. So when it comes to the lipid profile, I work very closely with the client and the doctor's advice with the client. This is not an area that a nutritionist or anybody can handle on their own.
Right. So, yes, so this is a message that needs to go out there as well,
Yes.
that stick to your lane and don't get into meds and all that stuff.
Definitely not. Okay. But clients being clients, they will ask you, like they will
Right.
say, in this blood work, let's say their LDL has dropped from 180 to, let's say, 120. Okay. And let's say they're on a statin dosage of 20 mg. They will ask you that, Sangeeta, what do I do? Or Dave, what do I do? The only piece of advice you are supposed to give is, results are great. Please visit the doctor, share your diet recall with the doctor and your numbers, and what is his advice. In most cases, I have seen the dosage dropping. And then if it's very good control over a period of 6 months, I have seen doctors do a trial saying, go without statin for 3 months, continue this lifestyle and report back.
Right. And have to be said that the side effects, so-called side effects, are for a very high dose. So most people are not aware of this.
Yes. They are not aware of this. And one more thing is, actually the newer set of doctors, right, who are also very well tuned in with the research, they don't believe that statin therapy is for life. You correct your lifestyle, they will deprescribe. They
Right.
will deprescribe.
Right. So it's a matter of getting the right doctors.
Yes, and also how much confidence you inspire in the doctor, right? If you every 6 months are going to go showing up 5 kgs of weight more and your markers are nowhere improving, what confidence are you giving the doctor to change the medication? It works
Right.
both ways, Dave, right?